I'd like to welcome you to BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth. We're here with the incomparable Diane Bell McKoy, President and Chief Executive of Associated Black Charities, involved in so many things across the state of Maryland. First of all, how are you doing?
I am blessed and highly favored.
Okay, this election is just over. Any thoughts about Tuesday, November the 2nd? Were you surprised?
I don't think there were any surprises. I think what I'm really focused on right now is how do we make sure going forward we're all focused on using our relationships to focus on closing the wealth and health gaps for African Americans in the state. Let us not end with the election day. The real work for us begins now, post-election.
Okay, we're here at the Legislative Black Caucus of Maryland weekend, the annual event. Any thoughts on this event?
Well, clearly I'm very excited about this event because of their theme. It is closing the wealth gap for African Americans, and it's been powerful. I think it's probably one of the first of its kind for the Legislative Black Caucus in terms of having this kind of very deep agenda around closing wealth gaps, starting with the faith community on Thursday, all the way up in terms of continuing with the workshops on Friday, and today in terms of the business over breakfast and conversation. I urge everyone to pay attention about networking and using these opportunities and future opportunities to network. We often are criticized as a people of color for not letting our opinions count, for not getting our voices out there. We need to be in Annapolis this coming session, be there so that our voices are heard and counted. Our legislative members can't do it by themselves. We are part of making that change. And so I urge everyone just to use this as a beginning to make a difference in the state.
I'm very pleased to see the participation here in Baltimore. I'm seeing Prince George's County Prince Georgians all over the place.
Absolutely. That was intentional.
Okay.
Throughout the state. You got the Eastern Shore represented here too. That was very intentional.
Okay. Any thoughts as we head and close out 2010 and go into 2011? I know you said we have to be involved in the state politics, the Maryland General Assembly. Anything for the broader vision, particularly More in the Middle, an initiative you've been pushing for some time now?
Well, More in the Middle has several components, as you know, Donnie. It's about also the public policy agenda. And so this is the part that's important, making sure our voices are heard, whether it's related to policies in governing workforce, in terms of making sure that we're not just looking at the jobs, we're looking at every time there's money spent in the state, how does that money translate into opportunities for people of color? But it's also beyond that, how do we grow relationships for African American businesses? Capital is important, but it's also about access to those relationships. So it's about continuing now, moving this to the next level, because we've really got to produce the outcomes. We've got to close the wealth gap for African Americans to have a stronger, economically viable state. We are 1/3 of that state.
You know, I was just thinking that now that Governor O'Malley has won a second term, that puts Anthony Brown, someone from a part of the state that you also love, Prince George's County. He could be the first black governor. Is that a possibility that anyone?
I have no idea.
I tried. The one and only Diane Bell McKoy.
Oh, thank you both so much.
Thank you for your support from the bottom of our hearts.
Absolutely. You're going to always be my son.
Bless the Lord.
Thank you.
Keep watching BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth.